everyone, and welcome to another part in the Let's Build a House series. In this part we're going to work on some of the landscaping. I'm not going to say it's finished. I may go back to it. Landscaping is not my best area, so a lot of times I do some of it here and some of it there, and just because if I try doing all of it, I get burned out of it. I don't really like doing the landscaping too well. So, but we're going to work on some of the landscaping in this video, and we'll also go into the floor plan of this video. So quite a bit gets done actually in the house this time. So but here I was deciding I wanted the floor to, be kind of the same color of wood as the accent colors on the house. And I had thought about making the wood planks go different directions, and then I just decided that didn't look very good. But I did take the time putting all of it in and, looking at it to see if it was something that I wanted to do. So but here, as you can see that I am still, trying to figure it out. And it looked like it was going to look good, but when I ended up taking it out, I didn't like it. So, but here we are moving on. You can see the little areas I hadn't filled in yet from the little passageways underneath the house, but those do get filled in. But just kind of moving around, and I decided I went through and recolored all of the staircase, and then I had decided that I didn't like the big gap that is showing between the smaller staircase up there by the door. So we do end up fixing that. Unfortunately, I had to delete this entire staircase in order to do it, but I felt in the end it definitely looks better. So I'm glad I did take the time to do that. And again, I was looking to see about having the wood, change direction, and I just said heck with it and just completely decided to scratch that idea. So here's where I decided that I didn't want that huge gap right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a foundation area underneath that staircase. So what we do is we make the stairs think they're inside of a house by putting the wall. So then that's what we did. Now again, you have to make sure that the ground underneath is completely level, otherwise the foundation part will not go in. And unfortunately that kind of messed up the terrain, so I had to go back through and try to smooth it out the best that I could in hopes that it still looked fairly similar to what it was before. And of course I had to delete everything. It wouldn't just reattach like I was hoping it would, but we get the stairs for the most part looking the way they did before. The ground is a little bit different, but I figured maybe, somewhere along the lines we can maybe cover some of the imperfections with some plants or something. Plants do a really good job covering a lot up, let me tell you. I do use plants a lot of times, sometimes to cover something that just doesn't look quite right. Now I did take the floor of the constrained floor cheat off, that way when I was messing with the terrain it wouldn't mess with the ground near the stairs. So hopefully the stairs will still work properly. Nothing in this house has been tested yet. I will go through and test it once I'm done. I have found with past experiences that if you test the house before you're finished, it may work now, but after you've added other things, finishing touches, it may not work. I had created a house one time and it had like an open, it was actually my split level house that I have done, and where the stairs was, it had a really tall entry, it was really tall. It was like a 2-story wall basically there. And I had a shelf way up at the top. I mean, it was really, really far away. And of course, there was stairs there, and they worked, but I didn't, I tested those stairs before I even did any of the furnishings. And well, needless to say, the stairs didn't work when I got done. and I didn't know why, and I took out everything. I went through and started deleting everything I had in there, even the door that was in the front of the house, and it still, the stairs would not work, and I had no idea why. Come to find out, that shelf that I had all the way at the top by the ceiling, which was like like I said, this was a 2-story wall, so it was pretty tall, but the fact that I had that shelf right there caused those stairs not to work. So I have learned that if I'm going to do any testing, it's usually best to do it at the end. Now there is occasional where I might test a ladder or something that right away before I get going, because you want to make sure it works obviously right away. But most of the time everything will be tested a second time, if not a third or fourth time, when the house is completely done, just in case something I did messed it up during the build. So just my little building tip there. Always do a final test at the end, because you never know what might get changed. So here we're just doing some more of the landscaping. Again, I'm trying to get in the habit of just kind of throwing plants and bushes and stuff somewhere, a little bit more of a messy look instead of a roll that's really neat, like in order type of look. So right here I decided I wanted to put kind of like I don't know, not really an accent fence or anything, but kind of like a little added detail, and then some bushes and stuff in the back. And then I thought maybe it would look neat having taller trees in there, but yeah, those trees just aren't tall enough. It really didn't look very good, so I just got rid of them. So I add a few more trees for the landscaping. Again, we will come back to the landscaping again. I know I'm not done with it. I just was kind of running out of ideas on what to do, so we do a little bit now, and we'll probably come back again later. So here's one of the passageways. Again, I'm trying to make them a little bit on the more secluded side. That way they're not obvious that they're there, so kind of more of the overgrown plants type of look and things like that. And then I had realized I hadn't recolored this one or the other one, so we're going to go ahead and recolor them. That seemed to help blend them in better. They were a little bit less obvious. So lots of shrubbery around here. Again, I haven't tested these doorways yet after I put the plants in. I figured plants are easy to move, so if they're causing a problem, I'll find out when I do my final testing at the end. So I'm just going through now and recoloring the areas that your Sims cannot go. I like to do that because it kind of helps keep you look more in the area that your Sims can go instead of in all those areas that they can't. So I just find that looks much nicer. Then I had noticed when I had done it that this probably isn't quite big enough for a car, so I thought we probably should send it back just a touch. And this is where I'm putting this in, just kind of testing to see. It is merged a little bit into the wall, but the flooring wasn't flat, so that we had to go in and fix all that. And then I kind of noticed that there was actually a few other areas in the basement that weren't smooth and level, which I thought was really odd, because I had come through this entire basement at the beginning, at least I could have swore I had, and leveled everything out. But apparently you can even see one in the top right over there. That one still, I get that right there. So apparently there was still some areas that weren't level. Now I'm going through the entire house, making sure it's level. I just got done doing a build actually, and come to find out, even though I had gone through and did all this leveling, there was one little tile that got missed somehow. So just trying to double check, make sure everything those little misses are very easy to miss. So just trying to get everything, level. That way there's no problems later. So and then just doing some more of the landscaping. I like to, when I place trees, the big trees, to kind of be farther away so I can kind of get an idea of what it looks like before placing it. So that's why I zoom out. That way I can see more of an idea of how it looks. So again, just putting some more shrubbery right here. Just trying to place a whole bunch of miscellaneous bushes, and I know I use a lot of the azaleas, and I can't think of what that purple flower is called all of a sudden, but we do use a lot of them. I like them because they're nice and big, and they're very colorful. I do like those, but I'm trying to add a little bit of this evergreen bush here in to kind of give a little bit of a different I'm not sure what they're called, like greenery look or whatever, and then every now and then I will outline, with these white flowers, these daisies, and that's kind of what I'm doing here, and it looked really nice. Kind of gave it a nice finished look, I thought. So that's kind of what I did right there. And again, like I said, just kind of adding some more bushes here and there. So here's the other entryway into our little secret passage. So I thought this time it's not going to be quite as full of shrubbery because there is a back door that's going to be added. So this has a little bit of a rock area that there'll be some bushes and stuff there. And then I thought it'd probably be best to have the door a little bit farther away from the passageway one. That way we can maybe add some, other plants and stuff there to kind of try to hide it a little bit, but unfortunately this one's probably a little bit more obvious than the other two just because of its location and everything else. And I really wanted to have a walkout basement, so I wasn't going to sacrifice one for the other. So just kind of going through trying to find my tallest bushes or evergreen trees or whatever those things are, and just some basic plants over here, nothing too extravagant. And this one's probably a little bit more on the being in order type of thing, and more I guess some of you that you're OCD, you're probably looking at that, it's nice and even, and I tend to do that too. I have sometimes it has to be even on both sides. So for me to try to just stick plants anywhere that make absolutely no rhyme or reason can sometimes be rather difficult for me, because sometimes I just get this feeling it has to match on both sides. But we're doing better. We're definitely doing better. So just kind of throwing in some more plants. Again, I wanted a little bit of a tree right there, but nothing too big. So and then I like taking the plants and having them look like they're hanging over the rocks. So I think I use those daisies again because those seem to go over the rocks so nicely, like kind of like they're sweeping over the rocks. But then we're going to, move on. This was a really large area over here, so I felt another tree, but I wanted more of one that had color instead of just green, so that's why we went with this. I think it's some kind of cherry tree or something. So then just going to put some rocks around it. Like I said, we're going to do some more. I think it looks nice now. I'm not sure yet, even now while I'm doing this commentary. I'm still really unsure on what other landscaping to do with it yet. There's just so much land on this lot to do. So, but in this one we're just going to kind of a little bit of a rocks around it, and I'm going to put some of that pampas grass, I think it's called. Yeah, some of those. Those are actually a real pain if you actually have those in real life, because you actually have to clean them out every year. So they're kind of a pain, but I thought they looked nice for this. So, and I thought we'd add a little bit of like a ground cover that's kind of hanging through, and to kind of add a little bit of color. So I'm not sure yet what I think on that tree in the grass and stuff yet, but for now it's there. And then I thought it would be neat to have a little bit of a pond back here, but it was just making the ground so steep, and I didn't really want to lower it anymore around the foundation of the house. So at this time the pond does not stay. So at this time we do not have a pond. I may still maybe add something, but as of right now there's nothing. So, and here we're going into the floor plan of the house. So I started doing the interior of this house, and let me tell you, it was really starting to take me a very long time. And when I mean a long time, I mean I would actually just sit here for minutes just looking at the floor plan, trying to figure out how I wanted it to look. And so I decided to go ahead and stop the recording there, and thought I would just go ahead and show you the interior floor plan this way, instead of having you spend minutes upon minutes of boring minutes of me doing the interior layout. So here we have the entrance hall, where a lot of rooms would branch off from here. So so it's a pretty good size. We have a really good size grand staircase there. And off of this room we're going to have like a library slash sitting room. It's going to be right here, and it's going to go out onto the deck, as you can see here. And over here we have the hidden doorway, the bookshelf that hides the door. I believe that comes with Supernatural. I could be wrong, but I think it does. So this will be here for this staircase here, and I will show you here in a bit where that staircase will lead. So that's just one of the secret passageways that I am putting in this house. Here off on this side we're going to have an office or study. That'd be where some chairs and the computer, and maybe probably some more bookshelves probably as well in this room here. And then when you go down a little bit here, it's going to go into another hallway. That's what this is here, to kind of attach more rooms to this hallway. You'll come through in here. This section here will be just a bathroom, and then right here will be a kitchen. As you can see, this is very traditional with, not an open floor plan at all. So but this will have a small breakfast nook right here, but this is mostly the kitchen. And then this portion here is going to be what's called a butler's pantry. So that's what we're going to do here, which will then lead into the dining room. So here will be the formal dining room. And then I'm not exactly sure how some of these other rooms are going to connect exactly for sure yet, but here I am debating on making it a butler's quarters, either a butler's quarters or another sitting room, but I'm really leaning on the butler's quarters based on the size of this house. You would probably have, maids and butlers and things like that. So I'm thinking off of the kitchen would be a good place for the butler's quarters. But somewhere along the lines, let's see, there'll be a door here that will go down. This is the staircase to the basement. But here, I think we're just going to have a basic door, not an archway or anything, but a basic closed door from the dining room into here. This is going to be like a canning room, so I will be using the store content for this to create the canning area. But it's also going to lead into the greenhouse section here. So I thought those two would work well with each other, side by side. Over here on the other side of the kitchen here will be like a mud room. Is kind of what I was thinking. I'll have the washer and dryer in here, and the place to put your shoes and coats and stuff. I thought would be a nice, that would be, I wasn't sure what else to make that, so that's kind of what I came up with. So then over here, if you continue down the hallway here, this is going to lead into, this room is going to be what would be called like your family room that would have the TV and everything in, is what's going to go here. And then what I was planning on putting here, a lot of times there would be a special room for the men to go to after dinner to chat. So this is, sometimes they were called smoke rooms, or I'm not really too sure what all they were called, but this is where I kind of thought we'd put a fireplace and some sitting areas and kind of make it look more like the man's room, what they would have done, back in the day. I forgot to tell you, at the kitchen, right here is going to be another entry into a staircase, so there'll be a secondary staircase to the second floor. Anyway, but off of the smoke room, or man's room, or whatever you want to call this, this room, it's going to be another little hallway right here, and that's going to lead into, this is going to be like a ballroom. I thought I'd see if I can fit one in anyway, a piano and a few other things in here. And there is a dance floor here in the center. You can see a little bit of it. I'm not sure what's causing the shadows at this time. I don't know if I'll be able to either cover those up or get rid of them, so I'm not sure exactly what's creating that yet, but there is a dance floor there. And then this room, it's going to connect to this hallway as well. It's going to be the master bedroom. It's going to go here. And they'll have their own private deck right here, as you can see. And this will be the master bathroom attached. So it'll be an ensuite bedroom. And that pretty much takes care of the first floor. So let's go up to the second floor here. Of course, you got your grand staircase that leads onto this really large landing. Probably figured a whole bunch of sitting areas and stuff like that in here. And then the secondary staircase also leads to the same landing right here. So I figured a bathroom right here. So this will be the, basically a guest bathroom. It'll be off of the landing. Over here is going to be 2 more bedrooms, so they're going to be kind of in this little hallway nook area. One will go this way into a bedroom, and then this will be another bedroom right here. And then this little nook area, as you can see, also has a secret staircase. This will go to a special area of the attic. Okay, and over here you go this way, and you're going to be able to get into another bedroom right here. This is how we're going to get here, and then another bedroom here. And I thought about doing a Jack and Jill bathroom. I'm not too sure if it's going to work out exactly. I'm not too sure. It is kind of a small area, so I'm not sure exactly if we'll get it, if it'll be able to be a Jack and Jill bathroom or not. We'll find out. But then we'll go ahead and put some doors here so both of the bedrooms can access this balcony here. And then remember that secret staircase right here. Well, this goes up into this room here. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it yet. Maybe I have a few suggestions of what you think could be put into this secret room. This is the only way you can get into it, is through the secret bookcase doorway. I thought that was really neat. I really wanted to do a house that had all these secret passageways. So I'm really trying to include as many as I can and still have, the floor plan look, the way it should. Now this ladder, it really took me a very long time to finally get this figured out. This ladder was driving me nuts. I actually wanted to put a wall right here and put it here. That way we could have a small sitting area, in this turret. But no matter what I did with it right here, it constantly told me there needed to be a floor on either side of the ladder. Well, obviously, and there is a floor, as you can see. I could put it in the center of this room, and I could put it over here, and I could put it here. But I could not put it here no matter what I did. I have no idea what was causing the problem. I'm hoping to be able to put a telescope up here, is kind of what I was planning for this turret, since it's the tallest turret that we have. I don't know if it'll work, as in I don't know if the Sims can still, get up here and use a telescope or not. I haven't been able to obviously test any of these ideas yet, but that's my idea for this one. Oh, and also we will be able to access this balcony. I think we're going to just have a main entrance right here somewhere off of the landing to access this one. I don't want any doors going into this area because again, this is a secret room. I think that is all of it. Oh yeah, and this room here, I almost missed. This room here is also another bedroom, so plenty of bedrooms. More than likely it'll probably have more beds and things like that for probably more than 8 Sims. And of course you need a mod in order to do that, but it will definitely be able to house a lot of Sims. So this staircase here, we're going to have it accessed here by a door. So we're going to put a door here, that way it's kind of, back in this nook area. But this is going to be an access point to the attic, and this is the main attic. This is not the secret portion. This is just the regular attic, and it's a decent size right here. So lots of room for an attic space. Here is the secret portion. Now I know it looks really small, but my idea for this was to have the place where the Sims could make their potions. I don't know yet. I've never used the desk that does that. I don't know how big it is. We might need to adjust the size of this area. I didn't want it to be too big, but that's what I'm thinking here, where they can come up and do their potions, secretly and nobody knows where they are type of idea. So of course we also had this turret here, but as you can see, I don't have any access points to it. This is such a small bedroom already as it is. I wasn't too sure if a ladder or spiral staircase was really the best idea for this room. So as of right now, this is not accessible. So that is pretty much the floor plan of the attic and the second floor, and of course the first floor. Now in the basement, of course you are going to access it here, and what we have here, I do have a parking thing already put in. It's slightly hidden behind this wall. Now I have done this in the past with other houses, in my personal games, and they still work. The car will still park here, so I'm hoping I placed it so the car isn't going to clip the wall. Again, I haven't tested this yet, so but they usually do okay, so I'm hoping this works, because this will be the little the garage area. And then this is kind of, since it was bumped back a little bit, it's kind of what I'm going to use for like the little hallway here. We're going to also make this kind of like another mudroom type of area. I have no idea yet what I'm going to do with this big space. This is just kind of open. I'm not sure what to do with it yet, but I have an idea. On over here, we're going to make it a workout room, so hopefully that's plenty of room. And then this will be like the bathroom for the workout. That way they don't have to travel through the whole house all smelly. They'll, to be able to take a shower right there. So, and then this area here, again, I'm not 100% certain what we're doing here, but I thought another sitting area with library, with bookshelves. This will be another one that's got a secret doorway into the passageway in the right here. As you can see, our little secret passageways that we're trying to create through the basement area of the house. Again, I'm not too sure really what all to put here. This is a very big attic or basement. I'm not, I'm running out of rooms. I really am. I'm struggling trying to figure out what to put here. I had ideas of have a pool inside the basement. So I'm not sure. That's kind of what I was kind of thinking for this area, but again, it's still up in the air. Any ideas or suggestions will definitely go into consideration for any rooms to be added. And over here, again, another like secret area, because not everybody may not want what's in this room to be known about. I was thinking about putting Bonehilda's coffin in here. Now, last time I knew, she could not take care of babies or toddlers, but she still helped cleaning the house and things like that. So if you wanted to use her, she still can, you know, help keep the house clean and things like that. But last I knew, she could not. She got glitched out with the toddlers and babies. So, but I was kind of planning on putting her in here. That was kind of my idea, like a little storage area with the coffin and stuff like that. So, and of course, you know, there's the exit point. They can leave right there, you know, to the backyard and stuff. So, but this is kind of what I wanted to show you. Like I said, it has taken me a very long time to come up with this floor plan. It can still change in case there's any more ideas or suggestions. Anything can change. I'm just running out of ideas for rooms. So, but this is the floor plan as of right now. I wanted to, you know, let you see it since you didn't see me actually putting this in. This took me a very long time to plan out. I can't tell you how many different ones I had put in and how many tries I made. This took pretty much this entire day just for me to get this figured out, and I kept coming back, you know, with new ideas and trying them out and things like that. So but this is going to be the end of the video, so thank you for watching. Any suggestions for this house? This is a Let's Build a House, so if you have any suggestions, any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and they will be taken in consideration on the next part. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.